The number one thing you should be thinking about is the highest risk behavior around the thing that you think is gonna make you the happiest, which is gonna go spitting in the face of everybody from your parents, to the school you're in, to your friends and what they thought, and maybe even to yourself an hour ago.
I remember watching that episode from DailyVee as I was packing up on my last day of school. It just reassured me that I was finally making the right decision for myself, stepping out, taking a risk, and doing something that people don't normally do. So I want to talk to you guys about the things that were kind of running through my head as I was making this decision to leave school, to finally start working, to do the thing that I love to do full time. So originally when I started school, I was already in the mindset of, I'm gonna try this out, I'm not really sure how I feel about it. And I came to the point where I was gonna go for a year, and then at the end of that year decide, do I wanna do another year? Do I wanna keep going? Do I wanna get a job? Like, what do I wanna do? And at that very same time, I was also starting my video production business, kind of going freelance, filming, doing whatever. And that was just starting to take off, starting to build up. There wasn't a lot of money there yet, but I knew its potential. As school began to progress, I started realizing that it was not different from high school. The first year was exactly the same, except you had more freedom. One of the big issues that I had was we were constantly going through information. I was in a classroom relearning material that I already learned from high school and then taking exams on that. And you start to realize now that being born in a generation where every bit of information is at the palm of your hands, that you're never gonna be needing to regurgitate that information anymore. So I really knew my time was more beneficial elsewhere rather than paying somebody to take my money to teach me information that I could find on Google. It would be one thing if I wanted to be a doctor or an engineer or something that required a specific certification, but with video, it doesn't require that. I kept thinking in my mind, I could be working under somebody and learning the trade in the environment that I would be working in. And until I come to the realization that the only way I can make it is going to school, I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna be working, I'm gonna constantly be improving myself. Just thinking back to that episode from DailyVee, this is the time to be taking that risk, to making that decision that you've been thinking about, because you have plenty of time down the road. At 19 years old, I could go back to school in 5 years and still get a job and still do all of these things, but I could have something that's resisting me from making this decision later on. The last thing I want to be is regretful. The last thing I want to be is thinking about, what if I would have made this decision? Where would I have been? And here I am. I finally made that decision, and I would love to encourage you guys, anyone that's thinking about leaving school, not going to school because they have better options, challenge it. Is school something that you have to have, or is it something that you could come back to if you absolutely needed it? So if you guys enjoyed the video, leave me a comment, talk about what you're thinking, what's running through your mind, and I don't know, I'm super excited about this. I'm super excited to talk with you guys on the things that you're doing as far as business. What are you thinking about? So if you enjoyed the video, like it up, hit the subscribe button, and I'll definitely see you guys in the next video.